Even the S&Ps end the week moving higher, going out north of that 5,600 level, still shy of the all-time high and down on the week, but still seeing some positive momentum as we end the month higher as we did hit month end. So a lot going on today. We saw the PCE data. We got Chicago Purchasing Managers Index. Neither really altered Fed rate cut expectations. We're still seeing those rate cut expectations for 50 basis points next month at September FOMC, hovering at about 30% odds. Now, E-minis have seen in the last 2 weeks about a 100-point range, which when you take a step back and look at the first 2 weeks of August, where we saw a 500-point range, you can see things really consolidating here, waiting for that, kind of coiling like a spring, waiting for that next catalyst event. Will we get it next week? We probably could. We'll talk about that in a moment. But again, seeing E-minis close out the week at north of 5,600, slightly lower on the week, but again, closing out the month higher, as we said earlier. Now, what does this mean for volatility? Well, looking at volatility, it moves inverse to the indices. We did see volatility nudging lower on the week as we saw indices holding near their highs. Again, we saw week over week move lower in the E-mini S&Ps, but volatility continues to dribble lower. Not seeing any fear priced into the equity markets at this moment. Lastly, let's talk about what we have next week. We do get some data coming out. We have the beige book from the Fed. We also get some global PMIs, but all eyes and all focus will be on Friday's non-farm payroll number. Recall last month we had that big miss versus expectations, which prompted a lot of the 50 basis point cut talk that we've been talking about over the last month. So clearly the market will be focusing on that. Obviously, jobs are a big part of what the Fed and how the Fed decides to cut or not cut rates. And equities right now hanging their hats on more aggressive rate cuts, and that's why we're seeing E-mini S&Ps trading so close to their all-time highs. So ending the week, we see E-minis nudging higher, getting back above 5,600, still lower on the week, but higher on the month as the market waits the big number next week, and that will be non-farm payroll on Friday.